My channel would be nothing if it weren't for security cameras. Don't go away. Hello everybody and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's right, I've done a lot of security camera reviews. And they just keep on coming. And this is a good thing, okay? Right now this is a good thing, and I'll tell you why. I got a new camera here today from a company called Rebluum. Alright, it is a solar battery wireless security camera, steerable, solar panel, the whole 9 yards, okay? Currently, I have a solar panel steerable security camera on the south front corner of my house, and I'm not a big fan. It runs on 4G, which means it's like a cell phone. And I guess that's great for some purposes, but for me, I don't want to have to pay for a bunch of extras, and unless I'm a complete moron, you have to pay to keep that SIM card charged up so the camera will work. Once the SIM card is done, the camera is done. So I've got a dead camera sitting out there doing nothing. So I'll be excited to put this up in its place and see how it works. So let's take a look at it. All right, so like I said, this is a solar battery wireless security camera. It's the RB3PT1. 355-degree pan and 90-degree tilt, forever power, solar style, wire-free, hassle-free. It's made by a company called Rebluum, if that's how it's pronounced. Key features are smart home surveillance camera, remote access via free app, playback or record the video by micro SD card. That's nice. And here's, you know how I feel about that. Is there going to be an SD card in here? When they don't put an SD card in here, even a little tiny one, okay, they're cheaping out on us. Okay, for the love of goodness sake, put an SD card in here. So I don't know if it's in there or not. Enhanced HD night vision, intelligent motion detection, clear two-way audio. Okay, oh, here we go. And it does not look like it includes the SD card. Solar battery wireless security camera. It comes with the camera, solar panel, screw pack, sticker, warning sticker, user manual, and Type-C charging cable. Made in China, and micro SD card slot supports up to 128 gigabytes of local storage. That is nice, but for goodness sakes, look, okay, companies, I'll pay the extra $1. Put an SD card in here, and for all you companies, start putting charging blocks back in your products. We're running out of them. They're breaking, they're getting lost, and we're running out. And you guys all of a sudden decided it's a fabulous idea to not put them in the boxes anymore. So, stop. All right, let's take a look at this. As always, the way this is going to work, we're going to look at it inside here. Then we'll go ahead and we'll set it up on the house, and we'll get it all up and running, and then we'll wrap up and tell you what we think. But man, yeah, I sort of become the de facto security camera dude. Everybody. And here's the thing. Let me be honest with you. These things are the same thing, okay? I'm not saying Rebluum's is. But what happens a lot of time is they'll have a product. And 10 companies will take that product, brand it, label it, package it their own way, and then sell it, but it's all still the same product. I don't know if that's the case here or not. You know, I'm not putting the egg before the horse. I'm just saying that happens. You remember my old microphone that I used to have sitting over here somewhere? That was one of those cases. Anyhow. All right, let's see what we got. Packaged beautifully. So, the box box is all right. You know, the box is all right. It's solid. And when I say it's all right, I just mean the graphics. They don't really move me, okay? But they're decent, and the box is good quality. And look, here we got good packaging. Start off with a 24-hour video surveillance security sticker, right? And then here we have the Rebluum Solar Battery Wireless Security Camera Quick Start Guide. This is like the biggest quick start guide I've ever seen in my life. And I'm probably going to ignore most of this because I've put up a lot of security cameras. Okay, so I probably don't need it. But yeah, it's packaged great. Okay, it's packaged great. Look at that. Here's the solar panel. Oh no, please. Please, please, no. This is a buzzkill. And what I'm going to do, okay, look how long this stinking cord is. And look at what it shows in the picture. Boop, boop. I hope this is exchangeable. It's not. Look at this. Look at this. Now, I get what they're doing. You need to put this where it needs to go to get sun. And that may not be where the camera needs to go to protect your assets. But if you're going to put them together, you are now shanghaied with this massive... Look at this. Woot, 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 woot. That's a lot of cord that I have to deal with now when I put this up. I can tell you right off the bat what I'm going to try and do. The camera that's down there is solar powered too. If the connection is the same, I'm going to try and use their solar panel to power this camera. Man, I much prefer, a million times much prefer, an interchangeable cord. Because now look at this. If I stick this up right next to the camera, okay, I only need this much cord. I have to deal with this. Strike one, Rebluum. Strike one. You know, these companies, they send this stuff out for review, but nobody seems to listen to the reviews. Okay, here's the camera. We're going to put that over there for a second. Get the rest of this stuff out of the box. Okay. I assume that's just a charging cord. Look how nice that's packaged, though. That's packaged fantastic. That's nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's take a look at these things. We got anchors. Presumably one pack for the camera and one pack for the solar panel. Okay, so we got anchors. This must be the part you attach to your wall. And then the camera somehow connects to this, or... yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. This must be the part that attaches to your wall, and then the camera attaches to this thingamabobber. Because this, very light. This is the... this is the solar panel holder. Super, super light. But the panel's not that heavy. And you just... there you go. Screw this on. Okay. Solar panel holder. I love these. You know I love these. These are the drilling stickers. Basically, these holes line up perfectly to the holes in the mounting bracket. So you take the sticker and you stick it wherever you want to put the camera, and then you drill through that, and that's where you're going to put your screws, and it's going to be perfect every time. Love that. Good feature. Charging cord, but again, no charging block. Okay, so I have to go out and dig out a charging block to charge the camera, because you know, when you go to set it up, you want it to be fully charged, and then let the solar just continue to keep it charged. So, you know, you want to be able to charge it exterior. You can actually hardwire this using one of these on a block. You can plug it in and leave it plugged in all the time if you want to do that. So you can do that if you want to. And then here it is. Here's the big boy. All right, immediately, it feels good. Okay, it does not feel cheap. This feels cheap. Very lightweight and not sturdy feeling or looking at all. Okay, this does not do that. You have the two antennae, and immediately I'm noticing they only go. They don't ratchet out, which I think is an issue. The better cameras, these antennas can go, and they can go like that. You know, this doesn't do that. So a little disappointing there. You've got your lens lights, motion detectors. You got, a lot's happening here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 7 different things there. I'm not going to peel this off yet. Now, down on the bottom, we have an indent that doesn't do anything. Not open at all. Just a fancy looking indent. But we do have a rubber plug here. And that, so that boy, these things seal up good. Remember the last one I did? You remember that one? I couldn't get into it. I could not get into it. This one seems to be wanting to. There we go. A little easier. Okay, open that up. There's a place for the SIM card, which there is not one of. And that, again, makes me mad. I'm tired. Okay, let's be honest. Rebluum made this in China. What do you suppose they could get a little cheesy memory card for? Not SIM card, but a memory card for. A little cheesy memory card that could come with this. What do you think? Pennies? Pennies? Raise the price $1, include the card, life is grand, but no, they don't do that. And this is not a Rebluum issue. This is an everybody who's making security cameras issue. And it sucks, and I hate it. Looks like a speaker. That's one of the biggest speakers I've ever seen in a security camera. Oh, look. This is unusual. This is different. Here's a USB-C connection in the mounting stand. Normally, they're always right here, but down here, it's just the SIM card. This one's got the USB-C thing down here in the mounting arm. There we go. All right, and so there it is. There's looks like a reset pinhole and a place to plug in USB. And then let's see here. Look at this. This is nice. Your camera slides onto this arm, and then it looks like it just clicks in those two spots. And I don't know how you would take that off. Maybe you just have to pull so it clicks off. But yeah, so you just, and then we push it, it should click in. But obviously I'm not going to do that until I have this mounted on the wall. Okay, so where are we at right now? Because we're about to take a break and go put this on the house. Not terrible. Look, let me rephrase that. Looks like a good solid camera. Okay? It looks like a good solid camera. Most of the things I don't like in it are things I don't like in almost all of these similar cameras. No charging block. This sillily long cord. No memory card. Those are things that I find wrong with all of the cameras like this. It ticks me right off. Okay? So it's not something Rebluum is doing bad or worse than everybody else. It's just that they're following the lead of everybody else in those things that annoy me. So there's that. Now, in particular, via Rebluum, the camera seems nice, sturdy. It's got a good look to it. I don't think it's overly giant. I think this is going to be a nice little camera. This definitely, is there metal in it? I don't know. This feels better than this. You know, it's about what I expected. I am going to try to use a different solar panel with this camera and see if that will work, because this cord is going to drive me insane and I don't want to have to fight with it. So here's what's going to happen. Like I do with all of these security camera reviews, I'm going to take all of this, I'm going to take it downstairs, we're going to get it attached to the house, we're going to log in, do all the stuff that we have to do to get it set up and running, and we're going to give it a try. So it's just going to be a matter of seconds, milliseconds for you. It'll probably be a couple days for me. So we'll be right back to take a look at this on the house. Don't go away. Okay, so I owe Rebluum a giant apology. Look, I gotta tell you, Rebluum sent me this camera, the RB3PT1. It's a solar-powered, steerable camera. I like those. And where I was going to put it, I was going to replace another steerable camera, but it was a 4G LTE camera that I hated because I could not get a 4G SIM card for it. And the only card I could get that worked was their own card. And to keep that running, you had to pay for minutes. Well, I didn't want something else reaching into my pocket. So that whole spot had me feeling bad, and I was taking it out on this Rebluum camera. Took me a while to go ahead and install it. I didn't even film putting it in, although you're really not missing anything. Seriously. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute, okay? But I didn't film it. I had all sorts of trouble when I was going to want to put it in there, and then I decided I wasn't, and then I was going to do this and that. And what I've come to realize is after I've got the Rebluum camera installed over there and up and running, is it wasn't an issue with Rebluum at all. It was me. My negative attitude. Okay, I was carrying over my feelings from the other camera to this one, and everything I was doing was hostility backed, and it just it was unfair to Rebluum. Come to find out, this is a fantastic camera. And it just goes to show you, you can never, ever just assume things. This is a fantastic camera. I've got it up, I've got it running, and it's proving to be really great. And let me tell you now, I think the 4G LTE camera had a little bit better image quality, although I have nothing to complain about here. This is fine. Installation was incredibly easy. 3 screws for the camera and 3 screws for the solar panel. Okay, that was it. Then once you've got that done, you put the screws in, the camera just snaps on. Everything is super easy. I had this up in a matter of minutes. But see, that was one of my first issues, was taking the other one down was a hassle. Then I briefly thought about not taking it down and keeping it up there, but I couldn't get it to reconnect because thinking I was getting rid of it, I had already deleted the app, so I tried to get it to reconnect. It wouldn't do that. So I was PO'd already when I started tackling this, and it was not a fair thing for Rebluum. But once I got the other one out of the way, this one went up like butter. Okay, it was so easy to put up onto the wall. My first of only a couple minor complaints is the solar panel is pre-wired with a USB cord that connects to the camera, and it's long. I've said this before, it would be nice to have the option to have either a long cable or a short cable. You don't get that option. You get a long cable and that's it. So I ended up having to bundle it up, then Velcro it around the base for the solar panel to keep it neat looking. And I'll show you a picture of what I did right here. But I wish it had the option to have a short cord. And in fact, at one point, I thought to myself, what if I took the short cord solar panel from the last camera and just used it to power the Rebluum? Well, the problem with that is that solar panel mounted directly on top of the camera. Didn't have a separate mount. At least I didn't have it. So I couldn't do that. And it's just another thing that made me mad. Nothing to do with Rebluum, but I was putting this up in anger. So first of minor complaints is the cable. I wish that it was interchangeable with a short or a long one. So I got this all up and connected. And now I wanted to get the app and get everything running. So I went to the App Store and I typed in Rebluum. Rebluum. Nothing. No app. I'm like, what the hell? Now, it says this is a compatible with she who shall not be named, begins with an A, ends with an A. But I couldn't find an app for it. So now I'm getting mad again. And yes, I don't know why Rebluum doesn't have an app called Rebluum. But they don't. They have an app called the Camera Cloud or something like that. And the only way you find that out is by reading the instructions, which I had to go back and do. I read the instructions. I go, okay. I found the app. I downloaded it. So that was my second complaint. Both very, very minor. Especially because after I downloaded the app, it seriously took me less than 5 minutes to get this connected, up and running. It was that easy. This thing connected just so spot on easy. It was, I was left going, wow. So by the time I realized how easy it was to install it, how easy it was to set it up, and how functional it is, I was like, this is a pretty nice camera, especially at like the $50 mark or something like that. I'll put the exact price right here. But at this point, I was getting past my anger, and I realized this is a hell of a camera. So, now look, the proof is in the pudding. Okay, we have to see how it does over time. I'm in Nevada. If you look at any of the national media, they'll tell you Nevada is burning to the ground. It's so hot. Well, it's just standard summer here. But it is hot. And any camera that can put up with the heat on our house for 2, 3, 4 years gets a hidey-ho from me. So proof is in the pudding. I won't be able to tell you about that for a couple of years yet. But right now, I got to tell you, I was wrong. I was unfair to Rebluum. It really, really seems to be a great little offering. And I can absolutely, without hesitation, give it... I'm going to give it 1.5 thumbs up because of the long cord and the fact that it doesn't have an app called Rebluum. So if you're one of these guys who doesn't read the instructions, you're going to have a problem. Hey, listen, also, one other little tidbit, but this is everybody. Put a damn memory card in here. Jeez. How much of a price difference would it be for a factory in China to put a tiny 64 memory card in here? What are we talking? Pennies? Put a memory card in here. I'll pay the extra quarter. All right? But that's not a Rebluum issue. That's an everybody in the security camera market issue. Okay? We want a memory card in the box. So anyhow, the camera, it gets my vote of confidence. All right, that's going to do it. That's all I have to say. It's a great camera. I hope you loved this video. If you did, give it a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. As always, if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. Especially, I'd like to hear your thoughts about this. Was I being too harsh? Does it seem like a good camera to you? Because it sure does to me now that I've gotten my personal anger out of the way. So put it down in the comments below. All right, that's going to do it for today. I hope the rest of your day is phantasmagorically wonderful. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.